Welcome to a very, very late Mixtape Monday, boys and girls. I am Annabelle. I'm a tarot practitioner and psychic for over 35 years. Mixtape Monday is where I take questions from you all in the chat and email and private messages and all that good stuff, and I answer them in this forum. So today I'm going to be using the Antique Anatomy Tarot. This is a super cool deck that takes antique images of botany and anatomy and mixes it up to make a crazy wild tarot deck. I call this my dad deck because it's kind of blunt discussion in the deck, blunt answers that we get here. But it is one of my favorite decks. My favorite part about it is the cardstock is wicked good. There'll be an Amazon affiliate link in there. While we're talking about things that are going on, I have a $99 sale that is going on all the way through Halloween. Greg and I are going to be off this weekend from Thursday through probably Monday night. I'm probably going to need some recovery days because it's our annual Gregtoberfest. He's actually Lincoln sausage right now as I'm doing this late in the day. So super cool. So if you want to book your readings, get them in early this week. I am going to be out of commission for the rest of the week. Also, as I bring up our card view, I do want to remind you guys that I have an ambassadorship with Otter Spirit, which is an intentional jewelry company. They have necklaces, earrings, rings, and my favorite bracelets. This is the Intuition Pack, which I love to use for reading. I am partial to the bracelets because as I am shuffling all day long, every day I'm shuffling. As I'm shuffling all day long, it's infusing the energy of the crystals into me, and I am also infusing my energy into the bracelets. So this is a fast track on how you can raise your vibrations, raise your spirituality just by wearing some of these. The best part about Otter Spirit is that they give $1 for every purchase to support the otters in Monterey Bay, one of my favorite places on planet Earth. And I love otters. They're so cool. They need a little bit of a lift up. So you can use my link, Fortune20, for 20% off any of your otters. But I got a surprise. I have a new link for 30% off 99, and you can use Fortune20 if you'd like to get yourself one of the monthly bundles that are 6 bracelets, or if you want to get yourself some mix and match bracelets like the intuition and the spirituality or the anxiety bracelet set, you can do that. I like to mix up all of my sets and depending on what I need that day. So hopefully you guys will go over there. The links are down below. You can link to Otter Spirit through there and use those codes so that they know that I sent you over. So let's pull up the card view. When I do that, I want you to hit the like, boys and girls. First thing we are going to talk about. And I'm not going to shout out any subscribers or questioners because I compiled a bunch of questions just to kind of get a few things out of the chats here. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the rapper David, D4VD. David is a former gamer who started creating his own music in his sister's closet in a way to avoid having copyright strikes on his gaming channel. Wanted to be a YouTuber. Fairly young guy. Right now he's about 20 years old. It is not my cup of tea as far as music goes. No offense. I'm sure I actually want to ask my son if he's into it because my son likes that kind of music. But David is on a tour, and a couple of weeks ago, there was a very strong smell coming from a Tesla that had formerly been linked to him in an impound lot. Sadly, when the police arrived and they opened up the trunk, the front trunk of the Tesla, they did discover the decomposed and partially dismembered remains of a young gal named Celeste. Now, as the story's unfolding, Celeste is either 14, 15, 13. She may be as young as 13. The relationship with David started on Discord chats and private messages, possibly as long ago as when she was 10 or 11. So there is emerging information about this, but I would like to take a dip into this. And I want to take a dip into Celeste at the time of her departure. And I do think I will be taking a remote view on this as well. We can all go on that journey together. But what was Celeste experiencing in the last few hours of her time on this planet? And it's my understanding that it was breaking news that her family has finally spoken out. She had run away from home one time and was missing for some amount of time, and then had gone home and then disappeared again. There's an alleged school teacher who's speaking out as well. There's a lot of emerging information on this. So let's see what we've got. What was going on with Celeste in the last few hours? Rumor is also that she was possibly expecting a baby in March. The Hanged Man, learning some lessons. Two of Blades. Under the surface, the world. This was a destined situation. 9 of Coins, not protected. And the Chariot moving forward. And the Star. So I do think that she left fairly quickly. And I think that this was a destined exit. I don't think that this poor young gal was meant to be on this planet for very long. I think this was a quick exit. What was the karmic reason for this? We have the Page of Blades and the 4 of Cups and the Fool in reverse. So I do think that whoever did this, whoever removed this young gal from the planet, it is their karma. They got an opportunity to not redo this situation, this interpersonal karmic conflict. It was an opportunity for them to not do it again, and they did. They did. There was an unfortunate series of events. But I do think that this young gal was wise beyond her years. I think that she was extremely precocious. And it's very, very sad. This is very sad. Let me see. Final moments. What were her final moments like? So there was definitely a disagreement about what direction they were going in, and a lack of education. Not surprising, because both of them are very young. David, I believe, is only 20 now, not even drinking age. And she would have been 15. So I guess a 5-year spread between the two of them. And there were some disagreements about how to live. You really don't know how to live when you're that young. Disagreement about how to live. Temperance, trying to find that equilibrium of love, a lot of passion, very Romeo and Juliet kind of vibes here. 9 of Coins, protected. Page of Rods. 9 of Coins. You know, sometimes we do get motherhood there, and you can see with this antique anatomy, they do use skulls, and in this case, the pages do have infant or child skulls. So I'm wondering if, yes, in fact, she was pregnant. Was the argument about that? There was an effort to try and figure out how to sort out that storyline. That was going to be complicated. Where's Jerry Lee Lewis when you need him? Is that why she was removed? The Hanged Man. No. 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 I think that she wanted to include more of her world in the storyline, and that was something that they did not want to do, or one of the party did not want to do. I don't think that other family and other people were really going to be welcomed into that situation. I think there was a lot of fear about being put away and being put in a particular place, if you know what I mean. Final straw, 10 of coins, and the 7 of cups. We don't have to live like other people. That was kind of the offer. You don't have to live like other people. Asking a silent question. I'm going to say this. Whoever did this to her was sorry that they did that. It was not purposeful. This wasn't a situation where they said, hey, let's go for a ride, went to a secluded place, and they knew what was going to happen from A to B. This was a situation that came out of a passionate argument, out of young folks arguing about what direction they're going to go in. Complicated indeed. So we're going to go on to part 2 of that in just a second. So, how is David feeling right now? How is David feeling right now? Ten of rods, done. King of coins. 9 of cups. 5 of swords in reverse. 4 of coins. And the Fool in reverse for his outcome card. So that King of coins is keeping his truth to himself, not allowing that out. The 9 of cups is wishes not granted. Let's get a little clarifier on that. Bad luck. Bad luck. The Empress. The Hermit. This is going to leave a mark on David. It's going to leave a really big mark on him. I'm not saying that he didn't do it, but I'm saying he didn't mean to do it. That's what I'm saying. I think this was an accident. I know that the condition of her is awful, but I don't think he meant to do this. I think it was an accident. The person that did it. I'm not speculating on precisely who did that. David's disposition is extremely distraught. There are a number of things that ended. I do think that she was pregnant, and I think that is part of the sadness here. Once at the threshold of greatness, and now that is all dashed on the rocks. So We're going to keep reading on this. I think this is something that we should keep reading on. Let's do a little Yellow Brick Road. Now, y'all can get mad at me for doing this, but sometimes in terrible situations, you got to find the Yellow Brick Road here. So, what is David's Yellow Brick Road? Does he have one? The path. 3 of rods. He has to work together with people. The pressure is his conscience, the high priestess. The hidden hand is the 10 of cups, the joyous family that would have been there. The public face is 4 of cups in reverse. They're going to say he did it on purpose. Private goal, 2 of rods, turn the beat around, not have him do that. The likely pivot is the 3 of coins. We already see his label and all sorts of sponsorships and things like that failing him. So career is over, I hate to say that, career is over. Not many people get to come back from something like this. Elixirs in reverse, 8 of cups in reverse, and the 7 of coins in reverse. It's going to be, he's very distraught right now, people. Very distraught. Underneath the surface, 7 of rods. Very, very out of sorts at the moment. Terrified. So let's give Celeste a moment. And hopefully her next lifetime, she won't have to endure this again. So let's move on to some more interesting, happier things. Taylor Swift. Shake it off, everyone. So Taylor Swift, is she planning something bigger than a marriage with Travis Kelce? Now, I did a reading a while ago about, was this a business merger? Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift and ESPN and Disney and all kinds of larger entities. So is Taylor Swift getting married or doing a business merger? What do we have? I mean, to be sure, disclaimer, when you are a celebrity of that ilk, you are not just getting married. Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez, not just a marriage. You got to have a business deal there. If you have any kind of substance to you, there's a business deal that goes hand in hand with this. So let's see what we got. Page of coins. Ace of rods, both in reverse. We've got the 8 of cups there. Hangman, the moon, and justice in reverse. I think that if there was some kind of business dealing that was going on behind the scenes, that it's being rejected. I think it is taking the romance out of the planning and the excitement. And I mean, I'm not that crazy woman who was like, my best friend's getting married after her kids said horrible things about Elon Musk and Donald Trump and all kinds of other people. Those little urchins. If you haven't seen that video, ask me about it in the chat. It's a really awful thing, but some ridiculous mother was like, my best friend is getting married. Taylor Swift is not your best friend. She is not your best friend. But this Taylor Swift is going to do a lot for the wedding industry. Let's put it that way. There's going to be a lot of exciting. There's going to be the Taylor Swift collection. Whatever she wears to that wedding is going to be huge for the next 10 months. 10 months, I'm saying that. That is a future cast. That is psychic future cast. But I think that if there were brand deals and commitments and sponsorships and things like that, I think she is trying to pull away from that. And I do think that her mindset is more, I want to get away from the celebrityness of the construction of this wedding and make sure that we maintain perspective that this is a union of two getting married. We're building our family tree. How does Taylor see herself? Ace of Blades, Ace of Blades, the Ace of Blades. She is looking to kind of start over again. The people that are doing the brand deals and the sponsorships are looking at it from the perspective that I just said. She's going to be huge for weddings for the next 10 to 12 months. Hopes and fears that it's going to be fun. Elixirs, 3 of elixirs, and the 7 of blades. I think she is. I'm making a prediction. Are you ready, kids? Are you ready? Let me do a little future cast. I'm saying it right now. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are going to elope before they have the big party. They're going to get married before the big splashy wedding. They'll be married when we hear about the wedding is happening. They're already going to be married. I don't know if that's going to come out, but they're already going to be married. So they're going to have a nice, quiet little like islandy kind of thing. They're going to get married before that. They're not getting married in front of people. So all you celebs that are going to the wedding, they're already going to be married. Just saying, just saying. So that is my future cast for Taylor Swift. Cute little thing. Cute little thing. I know a lot of people have a lot of things to say about Taylor Swift, but I do think she's adorable, and I wish her well. I'm glad Travis Kelce is getting rid of the beard. I hate beards. I'm not a fan of beards. So best of luck to those two. So I know you guys love the laugh. Let's talk about Kamala Harris. So this was a question that a lot of people were asking me. What's up with Kamala Harris? Apparently Doug didn't even make note of her birthday. There was like a lot of stuff that went on. Kamala Harris defeated at the polls, humiliated, wrote a book, 100 days or whatever it was. How is Kamala doing right now? Kamala, not a fan, guys. I think she is a boisterous woman of little substance. I never got the proof in the pudding. I never really saw like what people saw in her as a world leader. I don't think she would have had a good conversation with Putin. I think she would have done, let me speak. Can I speak? When you crutch misogyny and use that to bolster your greatness, it's a cheat, in my opinion. So what's going on with Kamala? Let's see how Kamala is doing. The Tower and 5 of blades. So there's dissension within the party. The party is not real keen on her. I think the election results are obvious for that reason. How is she feeling underneath it all? Queen of coins. She just can't get the right people in there to support her and do the things that need to be doing. Those things, do things. Make sure you do things to get to the things that need to be done. Otherwise, there's going to be a lot of things that are undone that didn't get done. What is in her suitcase position? The suit of blades, ace of blades in reverse. What is on her mind? Mind on her money, and her money's on her mind. Knight of rods. So suitcase position, let's talk about that. The ace of blades in reverse is give up the ghost gal. If it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, probably a duck. Throw it in the water, see if it floats, see if it paddles away. If it does, probably a duck. If the evidence, if the writing on the wall is saying, it's not going to work, fetch is not going to happen. You're not going to get another chance at the polls to rise to the governorship, rise to another position in the White House. Pay attention. Listen. The Knight of Rods, she is throwing spaghetti at the wall. She's throwing ideas at the wall, trying to get people to stand up and shout. And, we can't all be Ronnie James Dio. Stand up and shout. Outcome is the Seven of Rods. There is a lot of kerfuffle. So, I don't want to say mouthfeel for Kamala, but the name recognition is there. People know who she is, but the name recognition is not good. She has to do something good in order. So she's got to do a stepping stone job, and she's a little long in the tooth to do a stepping stone job. I know she would love to be governor of California. Ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen right now. They're not going to put her into place just yet. And besides, Gavin Newsom already has a heir apparent. So there's no there. She's got to accomplish something. She's got to make a splash. How does she see herself? She sees herself, I'm not going to quit. I'm not going anywhere. I'm still going to be here for the people, by the people, and I'm going to fight for the people. She's going to do it. She's not going anywhere. How do others see her? Let's say consensus. Consensus is the Eight of Swords. She's done. Her career's done. Her career is done. That's what the bulk of the, not consensus, but the bulk of the people. Hopes and fears. She is hoping for a restart. Final outcome card, ladies and gentlemen, do your drum roll. We got Temperance in reverse. She's going to keep pushing this issue. She's going to try and get in there. There's something about her lobbying for I want to say it's for like cannabis laws. I think she's going to go like into lobbying for some kind of cannabis laws. I don't know what that means because she's from California, and like it was like that in the 90s when I was out there. Everyone was doing it. But I immediately got something about cannabis law, so I'm gonna have to like do a little research and see if she's been dipping into that stuff. Maybe she's investing in some greenhouses or something like that. But essentially, I think Kamala's gotta chill out. She's got to just kind of enjoy her time. So what about 2026? Because we've got elections that are coming up, we got things that are happening. What is she going to do for 2026? Let's do that yellow brick road for her. Ready? Path. Oh, the Hermit. She's not learning from anything. She's not looking at the data. She's not looking at the metrics. What is the pressure? Oh, we got two cards for this. The Nine of Swords in reverse and the Seven of Coins. She's really saying, well, we lost for a reason. And the reason we're not in office is because we lost. So she, like, this is delusional. The pressure is, trying to justify that people did not like you. It's kind of like the Hillary Clinton thing, like, oh, well, the Russians were involved. The Russians weren't involved. No one liked you. Yeah, like, that's simple. I lost an election last year, and it was because people didn't like me, and that's fine. So let's see what the hidden hand is. The Emperor. So the Emperor, who is the power behind all of this, the man behind the screen, the Emperor is not backing her. Now, who is that? Is that some shadowy figure that maybe has a name that starts with an S? Or is that a former president who is experiencing his own difficulties right now, former consequential president? Or perhaps it's another president that predated that one that just she didn't put acids in the seats. Someone is holding her back. That is the hidden hand. The power, the Pentaveret, is holding her back. It's not doing what she needs it to do. What is the public face? Public face is I can do anything. I'm a strong, capable woman. I did lots of great things in California. I should be president. So, yeah, she's going to keep putting that public face forward. Private goal. 9 of rods. She does want to have that accomplishment. She wants that win so that she can kind of stand back and go, I told you so. I knew I was going to win. And that's the thing. Like there's something about winning and not doing. It's almost like she's this empty vessel, this empty vessel of award, and there really is no planning that's going in there. Likely pivot for 2026, the star in reverse. She's not going anywhere. She's not going anywhere. So, Kamala, best of luck. I hope you have a great day. Who's next? Who is next? We're talking about royals. A lot of people had a lot of interesting comments on my Sunday bonus video. I'm just going to switch this, give your eyes a break for a minute. So my Sunday bonus video, I thought you guys deserved one. I wanted to talk a little bit about the teams behind King Charles and Prince Harry and the alleged discussions that they are going to try and have Harry in the United Kingdom to visit with his dad more. And then there was a whole bunch of puff pieces that came out. And then there was a statement that was like, absolutely not. This is not happening. We are not bringing Harry back into the fold. I did not. And I had an extra deck of cards out for Sunday's video. And I'll tag it at the end of this. But I did not look at William. I want to do that now. Is there a hidden plan B for William if Harry comes back into the royal family? Buckle up, kids. This might be a really long video today. Plan B for William. Now, this is not if he is ascending the throne. This is with his father still there. If he opts to bring Harry back, it's kind of a what if reading. What is William's plan B? Fast forward in time. King Charles says, oh, my darling boy, bring you back, set you up with a suite of rooms. Oh, you'll be so wonderful. Blah, 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 blah. And William does what? 2 of elixirs. I think we will see 2 separate courts starting to form. The existing court and the soon-to-be court. I think we're going to see that. Let's get a clarifier card on that. 3 of swords. Oh boy, William dear. William is going to gather all of the injured parties. Anyone that ever had a beef or a problem with Harry, Meghan, etc. He is going to create his own court out of those people. William will be surrounding himself only with people that understand what his brother has really become, what is under the surface. The 8 of Wands. This plan is already made. I think Harry really should gird his loins on this one. Suitcase position. Now, remember, when I read this suitcase position here, this is what he should go back and either pack or unpack in his suitcase. And we have the 5 of coins in reverse. And just to remind you, the 5 of coins in the Rider-Waite deck is the mendicants who have been cast themselves out into the cold, have gotten rid of all of their creature comforts only to become closer to God and restore themselves to the dignity of regular life. This 5 of coins in reverse. Harry hasn't learned his lesson yet. William wants him out in the cold still, does not want to bring him back into the fold. Not just yet. We're not bringing him back in yet. I don't want him out there. I want him on knees, crawling back to us, begging for forgiveness, never to do this again. What do we got up top for William? The 6 of Swords in reverse. So 6 of Swords in reverse is no rescue for you. And I do think that William is of the opinion that there are so many, so needy. Harry had it all and spat in the face of not one, but 2 monarchs. 2. He did it 2 times. So, what is the outcome for William's plan B? And none of you are surprised about this. The Page of Cups in reverse. No return. There is a heartlessness about William in this. And I think he does go back into his history books and looks at the familial betrayals of monarchs and royal families before him. And he looks at the missteps. And I do think that he looks to some fictional stories as well of, what can happen when one is too trusting, when one is betrayed, if they trust that individual again. What can happen? What can be unleashed? And I think part of this, no return, no fresh start, no new beginning for Harry. I think he does look to his Uncle Andrew, who his ex-wife, Sarah Ferguson, the Duchess of York, was, for all intent and purposes, banished from the kingdom by Prince Philip. Prince Philip was not a fan. Not a fan. And I think that he was a little bit early on. I think he found her, engaging and vivacious and fun. But she was quite out of hand. One does not get weed delivered to the gatehouse in the castle. It's just have a little bit of culture. So I think that William is looking at that to a certain extent. And I wonder if that's why Andrew was sidling up to him at the Duchess of Kent's funeral. So how will William see himself? The 8 of Coins. This is counterproductive to good works, but it's something that must be done. How does he see others? Harry, the Sun, he's going to put him right out on display. He is going to shove him right out there. He is also going to preserve the greater royal family. Hopes and fears. The hope is that the devil stays in America. I think we all know who that is. And our final outcome card, the Tower. Revolutionary change. This is something that we have not seen in modern times. We have not seen royal brothers at war. We're about to see more of it. We are about to see William finish this particular chapter in his world. Let's give him a yellow brick road because we're focusing on William. We're focusing on him. Let's give him a yellow brick road. The path. He's got to make some changes. This is revolutionary changes. This is cutting off and pruning what is not working, not to quote that mean teacher in Hogwarts. I can't remember her name. Can't remember her name. She was one of the kittens on the plates. Put it in the comments if you can remember her name. I love the Harry Potter series. Who doesn't? So, pruning what needs to be pruned. I can't remember what her name was. I'll remember before the end of the reading. What is the pressure? The pressure is everyone is pushing William to be emotional about this. He does not have to be emotional about this. Emotions is what got everybody into this fix. Hidden hand. The 4 of elixirs. Everyone going, well, wouldn't it be a good idea if maybe we just give him a castle over here and he just minds his own business? And William doesn't want to have anything to do with this. William doesn't want him in the United Kingdom. William doesn't want him in the Commonwealth. William, if he could, would banish Harry from all reaches of the royal family. He would banish him. That is how strongly he feels about this. He has not paid attention to his history, that Harry. The public face is the high priest. He is going to exhibit the good emotions in the places that he needs to. For William does not feel the ebb and flow of chaos and restoration. He does not like it. Those of us under the Cancer sign, we are victim to our emotions so much that we really do crave having stability and calm around us. And this is something that he is craving. He is going to exhibit good parenting, good relationship with his wife, good relationship with the royal family members that remain. He is not going to be playing these games that are Kardashian or Dynasty or Knots Landing or any pick your show. He's just not going to play around with that. It's the royal family. They are held to a higher standard. The private goal. The 9 of Cups. He does not want Harry to ever be restored to the glamour and the glory that he was once. For William, it is a one-way door. He left, you're gone. You criticized everyone in the world, in our family. Out ski. And the likely pivot. Do we get a pivot? 9 of coins. There is going to be a really big, serious wall around that royal family. He is going to beef. Harry asked for security. William's going to add to his own. He is going to be inaccessible to his brother. In the fullness of time, when King Charles is no longer with us, Harry will not have a phone number, an email, or any access whatsoever. His relationship with the royal family dies with the king. I said it. He is so resolute in this that he's not going to budge off it. Pretty intense stuff there. So let's look at one more thing. So are we going to get any disclosure about UFOs next year? So it's 2025, September 22nd, 2025. Are we going to get any UFO disclosure next year? Are we going to see little green men? Are we going to see tall whites? Little grays, big eyes? Are we going to get some disclosure? Are we going to find out what's going on? We've got that crazy asteroid that's headed toward us. It's doing all kinds of weird stuff. Is it coming? Do we get disclosure? What do you guys think? Put your bets in the comments, and I am going to turn over one card. It'll be yes or no. Are you ready, boys and girls? There it is. Put your bets in right now. Are we going to get disclosure? Put a 1 in the comment if you think we are. If we're not going to get disclosure, put a 0, not a 2, but a 0. 1 is a yes, 0 is a no. Disclosure, yes, 1, or 0, no. And when you're ready, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Major Tom, what do we got? We got the 8 of rods. It's information. That's a yes card, guys. We are going to get some more information in the year 2026 about extraterrestrials and alien. It is coming. We're going to get messages from above. So super, super fun. I hope that they don't call me because my voicemail is perennially full. So this was a great Mixtape Monday, guys. I am going to do clips on this, so you'll be able to watch these in a shorter format if you didn't watch the whole thing. But I will endeavor to be on time a little bit more this week. Don't forget that Greg and I are having our Gregtoberfest this weekend. That's Saturday. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I am going to be unavailable. Monday, I am going to recover. Sunday, I actually am going to do a live in-person craft show for my son's band. I'm going to be reading cards at that. I'm going to set up a table and I'm going to donate. I think half of the money I'm going to donate to the band. I'm going to recoup my table costs and then I'll donate half the money to the band. But I may even live stream from that. So we may have some fun with that. So keep an eye out. I'll keep you guys posted. I will try to do a live on Wednesday, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to get to lives this week. It's been a crazy, crazy week, but who knows? I might get up in the middle of the night and start talking to Australians and New Zealanders. So you never know with me. This week is a crazy week. Once we're done with Gregtoberfest, I go full blown into October mode, which is the high point of my year. So like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you tell your friends about me. This is a big part of the year for me, and it gets super, super crazy. As always, you guys are my favorite. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in the future.